Okay, thank you, Ruth. We will do now a 30-second sharing. And I also invite you throughout this hour to write in the chat if something is coming, and you know, we are many people and it's not maybe possible that everything can be said, but just to write it down in the chat. I hope you know, it's like in this bar down, there is a chat and you can write to all, such we can keep also ideas which might not have time to be spoken out loud. So that's a nice way to kind of also react to some suggestions and so on. Okay, so Ruth, do you want to take the time, make the timing of, or I can do it?
Sure, no, I'll do it.
Okay. So who wants to start? And we might really
Evelyn, I should say that I'm recording this, and the plan is to let other coordinators see it. So just make sure people are aware of that.
Okay, yeah. Good.
So basically, I'll just say again what Evelyn just said is we're going to have time, like just 30 seconds or less a piece, just so each person can check in and we can hear your name, where you're from, and we'll go on. And I'm given the job of timekeeper here. So who would like to start? Shall I call on people, maybe in the order that they show up on my screen? So Patrizia, would you be willing to go first, please?
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I am Patrizia from Italy.
Did you want to say anything else?
I am studying like coordinator with Bruna. Bruna, she's my trainer in coordinator, and I studied focusing from 10 years, and I am always much happy to stay with you and can hear your conversation, so I can say something, but today only I heard. Okay.
Thank you.
This is first time I met you and at all. Thanks.
Glad you're here. Thanks. So I'm just going across. So Hejo and Heidrun, would you like to introduce yourselves? You can each have your own time.
I'm Heidrun from Germany, and what shall I say? I'm still at Greece, where we had our European Focusing Association meeting, and sitting here with Hejo, also from Germany, and yeah, so nothing more at the moment to say.
Okay, so my name is Hejo Feuerstein. So I have been ILC till last year, and I was also part of the group who set up the new model for becoming a coordinator. And I have also 2 coordinators now in training with this model, which works really good, and also the way we wanted to do it. But of course, I'm really interested in sharing your experience and also how we should change maybe the rules if necessary. Yeah, so that's what I'm here, why I'm here.
Thank you. Evelyn, would you like to introduce yourself at this point, since you're...
Yes, so I'm Evelyn. I'm originally from Germany, but I'm living since a year now in Chapel Hill in the United States. I trained with Hejo actually and Dieter on my focusing, but I'm kind of specialized in thinking at the edge, and I'm teaching, and that's my main interest also. And I'm still a coordinator in training, but it kind of works very differently in TAE. People I'm working with are mostly already certified, so it's kind of a different process in some way. And yeah, so it's interesting to see.
Thanks. Chee-sun?
Everybody?
Hi.
Okay. Everybody can hear me? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. I'm come from Hong Kong, and we have now 3 coordinators in Hong Kong, and gradually we will have some more. So how to name new coordinator is a subject we are very interested to concern about. That's why I just want to join the meeting and see what's going on and how to name new coordinators. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Claude? I can't unmute you. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Claude Missiaen. I live and work in Belgium. I'm mostly into psychotherapy. I teach at the University of Leuven, especially the experiential aspects in client-centered psychotherapy. I'm in ILC since, I don't know, 1.5 years, something like that. I'm a coordinator of the Institute for many years. And for me, it's so exciting to have all these people here together. So it's really exciting to see you all. Thank you.
Bruna? You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Great,
Hi,
thanks.
I'm Bruna. I am quite a recent coordinator. I became a coordinator in November last year. And I trained with Germana. And I'm also, well, I teach focusing, but I also trained with Karen Whalen in whole body focusing, relational whole body focusing. And my colleague Rose and I started teaching also this kind of focusing in Italy. I've been asked by Patrizia to follow her to become coordinator. And so we just started our cooperation, but we know each other well because we were partner in focusing. Well, I have to decide exactly how to work together. At the moment, it is something in between the old style and the new style. I mean, I am the main coordinator, but Patrizia is also working with Olga, another Italian coordinator. And so we are 2 at the moment. I would like to have a more clear ideas how to build a team, if 2 is okay, if we have to
Bruna?
look for others. Yeah.
Sorry, that's...
Okay, that's all.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Pleasure, that's all.
Sounds interesting. Thank you. Monica?
You listen to me?
Oh, I'm sorry. The other Monica.
Ah, Monica.
Zambelli?
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Monica. I live in Italy, and I became coordinator in January. with Emanuela Fonticoli. I work with the children focusing and with the family, with the doctor, with the teacher in the school. And I'm very happy to be here in this moment and connected with you, with the other coordinator. And thank you.
Thank you. Paula?
I am Paula Nowick from the United States, and I am not a coordinator. I am a president of the board of directors, who is, the whole board is so interested in the work that the ILC is doing, and especially so appreciative of the work that the coordinators are doing. I'm here to listen.
Thanks, Paula. Roberto. You have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I'm Roberto from Mexico. I do experiential psychotherapy and whole body focusing, oriented psychotherapy, and relational whole body focusing. I've been in the ILC for 3 years, about 3 years, and I'm very happy to, very willing to listen what you have to say about the new pilot program. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Whoops. My
Annat.
Thank you, Annat.
From Canada. It's really nice to see you all. We are connected in other ways, but it's nice to see you. At the moment, I am involved in several well, groups, what would I call it, the committees on Focusing Institute. Among them, we are preparing the partnership, we call it partnership network, which is going to be promoted shortly. I'm also involved in the clips that you are probably all aware that I'm putting short clips from my DVDs so that people can learn from Gene himself. Thank you.
Thanks, Nada. Nancy Falls.
Hi, I'm Nancy Falls, and I'm a psychotherapist in private practice in just outside of Toronto. And I'm a member of the board of directors, as well as I've been a focusing coordinator for a long time. I do mostly training with children's mental health professionals.
Thanks. Young Wei.
Hi, I'm Yong Wei. I'm coming from China. I in the ILC since this year, and I learned focusing from 2011, and Karen Whelan is my teacher. I like focusing, and I'm so happy to have this opportunity to meet all people come from all the world. I'm looking forward to the future. Thank you.
Thanks. Jan? Oops. There you go.
Okay. So I'm Jan Winhall from Toronto, Canada. I've been a coordinator also for a long time, along with Nancy Falls. I'm really interested in finding out more about the process of helping people, because I've had quite a few people approach me, I think 4 and maybe 5, to help them become coordinators. So that's the first time for me, even though I've been around for so long. So I need to really, I'm here to really find out what do I do to help them.
Okay, great, thanks. Patricia.
Hi, my name is Patricia. I'm in 2 countries. I'm from England, but I am mainly in Greece also. I teach focusing, those are life skills, usually in groups. I like groups. And I'm here today because we're training CFPs, and I'm very much interested, as being a new coordinator, what the suggestions are for the new, what are the suggestions to become a coordinator? What exactly needs to change? Thank you.
Thank you. Ming Lee?
Yeah. I'm Ming in Shanghai, China. 3 years ago, when I became a coordinator, someone told me, you are a coordinator, you have to spread the focusing. So now I lead 7 groups of practice group and a large reading group. The large reading group have 100 people. The people learning process model and the ECM, like this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Monica Perez now.
Hello, hello. I'm happy to be with you. Emocionada, little emocionada, we say in Spanish.
Excited.
Yes, and happy with this project. Happy to be part of this new idea. I'm very happy, and I asked to a person that I'm naming a coordinator in training. So I'm expecting to work with you, with some of you, with you, and help me to define or to follow the best words to transmit how to name coordinators. I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Jim Iberg.
Hello, folks. I'm a coordinator for a very long time, and I see this as a wonderful opportunity to get a glimpse of how much we've grown as an international community. It's really amazing and wonderful. And my hope for today is just to get a bit of a sense of how coordinators are feeling about the new model for bringing coordinators forward. So I'm happy to be here. And I have to leave at 9, so on the hour I have to leave.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, Mentxu.
Hi, Ruth, thank you. My name is Mentxu from Spain. Happy to see you. And I'm psychotherapist. Carlos Alemani was my teacher in focusing 20 years ago. I became coordinator last January. I'm happy. Thanks to Robert Lee or Rob Foxcraft, and especially Sergio Lara, who helped me to stay in the group for became coordinator. And I teach in the university focusing to psychotherapists.
Wow. Thank you. Karen Whalen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Karen. And well, I just want to thank the ILC for their work in creating a document that's, I think, really accessible, and is a proposal that's really supportive for CITs coming up, and also for coordinators to stay connected to each other as we support new CITs. And I'm hoping to hear from people and how they're using it. And thanks so much for this opportunity to put our voices together.
Thank you. Anne.
Hello, I'm Anne. I'm in Denmark right now. And I've been a coordinator since 1989. And I've helped mentor many new coordinators, and I liked the old method. That's all.
Thank you. Marine.
Hello. Yes. I am a psychologist, psychotherapist in Montreal, and I've been focusing since 1985, and the coordinator, I don't remember exactly, 1992, something like that. And here in Montreal, we were working a lot on this project, and we were offering our ideas. And I am actually working with Jeffrey Morrison and John Clackburn in a team for helping a coordinator in training. And I love it, and I want to hear what are the problems, how it goes for people. For us, it goes very well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Florentina?
Hello, everybody. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I'm very, very happy to get together with all the coordinators, to know their faces, to get in touch with them. And I'm very happy about the reason of this meeting, because I think it's like very needed, like to hear opinions and criterions about how to name a coordinator. I have a student that.
Thank you. Joseph. You need to, thank you.
Hello, I'm Joseph from Hong Kong. I became a coordinator last year. We start teaching focusing in Hong Kong for quite some years. As I see my colleague Chee Edward is here. I joined the meeting to try to find out how the new system works, and hopefully we'll have more coordinators in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Thank you. Carlos.
Hi, my name is Carlos from Guatemala. I'm so happy to be here with all of you because I feel like I am family. And I began to study focusing from 1997 with Carlos Alemani also, and another Jesus pues, 30 years ago. And then I studied with Robert Lee, and I have some company with okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Annat.
Hi, I'm probably the newest coordinator here. I'm from Israel, and I haven't received physically my certificate, but I'm here. I'm very happy to be here. I practice and teach focusing-oriented relationships. I call it home focusing, and I'm glad I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now, this is where it gets tricky because we've got, okay, who hasn't shared yet? I know Heinke, who just came, and me. Anybody else not? Because there are a couple of windows here, so it's hard to tell. Oh, Sergio, I'm so sorry. Please.
Oh.
Okay, Sergio.
All right, I am Sergio Lara from Chile. I am in ILC since 4 years. I do practice psychotherapy in my country, and I do teach some workshop and education in focusing-oriented psychotherapies and focusing in an institute and at university too. And very happy to see all of you. I'm very excited to see all this group. And right now I have 2 persons in training as a coordinator. So I'm happy to share with you. Yes.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Heinke?
Yes, that's fine.
Just like 30 seconds or less.
I'm Heinke from Germany, and I'm a philosopher, and I've been a coordinator for several years now, and I'm working with at university using thinking at the edge and focusing, and working with researchers at university, and I'm also crossing person-centered approach and person-centered counseling and focusing and thinking at the edge.
Great, thank you. So I'm going to time myself. So I'm Ruth. I've been with the ILC since the beginning, which was almost 5 years ago now. And I also, with Hejo and Akira, worked on this document at the very beginning, and then the whole ILC worked on it together, and the board helped. But I am really excited to see everybody here. Wish you could all be on one screen so I could see everybody. But that's it. I keep focusing. I love focusing. And Catherine, I do not see you, so I don't know if Catherine wants to.
Oh, yes. Hi, Catherine Torpy, Executive Director of the Institute. I don't have to say any more than that. Hello. Glad to see you all.
Thanks.
Okay, I think we should continue now to let maybe people share who have already had experience with a new model. And Ruth, you also wanted to say a little bit about the program. Yeah.
Well, I think I was asked to say a little bit, but
yes, that's what
I feel like I'm talking a lot. Keep me to 2 minutes. This is a very quick overview for those who might not be familiar, and it's great that some people are. I know some people are and don't like it. Some people are and love it. So basically, basically, this is an update of just an outline of how to become a coordinator. The Institute for many years had, well, either Jean or Mary would just name somebody as a coordinator, or there was a list on the website, the International Focusing website, about how to become a coordinator, but most or many people didn't know it was there or use it. So this is a way really to update and for us to kind of both become more international. We are an international organization. The sticking point for a lot of people I know is having 3 to 5 other mentors. So just say very briefly, the reason for that is to have more support and to be exposed to more people than you might normally if you just had one mentor. Hopefully you'll have different mentors with different expertise. And I think that's about enough for now. So Evelyn wanted to hear from people who have had experience.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So who had experience either as a coordinator, becoming a coordinator, or as a coordinator, supporting someone to become a coordinator. So I would like also to share maybe a minute or so for each, and I also, again, I want you to invite you to ask questions in the chat. If you have questions, we will not be able to answer every question, but please write the question down in the chat. Okay.
So Evelyn, to be clear, you want people to talk who have been in the pilot program? Yes. Okay.
Yes, in the pilot program. I didn't say that. Yeah, thank you. So Mentxu, if you want to say something, yeah, and you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Bueno, I like the new experience in the pilot program. I think two reasons. One is because I felt more international. You know, I connected with Robert Lee. I didn't know, and I met with Robert, and every month, and it was very good experience because he was a mentor, and also for a long time, 5 years, I met Sergio Lara, and when came my mentor in the pilot experience, Sergio was a very, I don't know, but I think not only I connected Sergio because it was Sergio, even because it was belonged the ILC, and this is, is like a rich experience for me, because I connected the International Focusing Institute for me, even when I was a coordinator in training. And I think I don't know to express what I feel, because my English is not fluently, and I don't use English, but I think for me, I repeat, I think the new pilot is very good experience for me, for these two reasons. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And I also, you might write down your experience in Spanish a bit. Maybe that would be nice, kind of for us also to share, so it's then someone can translate it also.
Okay.
It would be nice.
¿Puedo decir en español y alguien me traduce? ¿Ok?
Yeah.
Okay. Encuentro dos razones.
No, not now. No, we have to go forward. I think afterwards, maybe. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So I think Heidrun wanted to share.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So I just can say from a coordinator in training who is not my trainee, but I know very well, and she says quite the same like Mentxu, that it's very good to connect with different coordinators, getting a sense of different styles, getting a sense of a big international community, and that she really appreciated.
Yes.
I can just add something.
Yeah.
Because that's my coordinator in training, which I took over for about 1 year ago. And so the basic idea for me for the new model was not only to just enable the coordinators to train trainers, but to make it larger. And also to make them, to enable them to carry focusing forward also by looking or by crossing focusing with new applications, and to support this process of developing own concepts. And this is just what happened now with this coordinator in training. So we have just a group of 4 coordinators now who are meeting regularly once 3 months or 4 months, and to see what works and to supervise also the process and the experience of the coordinator training. Yes. And for me, it's just really, that's the way I wanted it to happen.
Yeah, thank you, Hejo, so much for sharing also that it really works how the group who kind of designed the new model wanted it to happen, and that it really works in that way. It's very nice to hear that. Are there any other experiences, Sergio? You have to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, yes, I want to share something a little. That's I think it's a very good challenge for the coordinators as mentors to work with the coordinator in training to discover inner coordinator, the special coordinator that anybody can be. It's not to a standardization, is to discover something special in ourselves. So it's a very good challenge to work and to make companion in this path. So I think it's a service to make a companion, and that is a very beautiful way.
Yeah, thank you very much to have this other aspect of making really companions. Yeah, is there anyone else who has experience with a pilot program and wants to share? Okay, so then we might just switch to questions. So who has a question about the program? Who wants to know something more? Or Jen? Yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
I'm curious about how often people meet with coordinators in training. Like, how do you set it up? And I really don't have a roadmap to have a sense of that. What kind of, how much contact do you have? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, who wants to answer?
I can just say from, well, Hejo might want to add to this, but it's really individualized. It's unique to what the needs are and the wants are of your coordinator in training, what the learning needs are.
Okay.
So there's no requirement. This is really, it's up to you.
Yeah, but what do people do?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's high.
Yeah, I don't mean the requirement. I get that, but
okay.
But what are people actually doing?
Say something.
Hejo, maybe. Yeah.
So,
Hejo?
Yes. So we started with the first interview with focus with the coordinator in training about her interests and where she wants to go and where she wants to accomplish something. Mm-hmm. And then we thought about who in the focusing world or amongst coordinators could cover that. Mm. This was a selection criterion to find out who is doing something in this domain, and then to invite them to become how do we call it, mentoring coordinators. And yes, so we set up just a group of 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
We also went to the workshop to get to know something about the concepts of the other coordinators, and this way to broaden the whole concept and to enrich the concept.
Right. And I think you said, Hejo, that the whole group met every 3 months, has been meeting every 3 months together? Yes. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. On Zoom.
Okay. Are there other questions to the pilot program or just some comments maybe also? Yeah, Monica, Perez, and you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I would like to start to work. I'm really anxious to work with someone or with a group and discover all these things that we have inside, as Sergio said, something like that, to discover our own propose in the group and go further, no? So I really want to start someone, I don't know how to do. I think Catherine maybe can guide me or said how to start with this pilot or whatever how we call it, of this experience. No, I maybe someone of you or I don't know. So I'm for that. What I really like is, but because I am well, maybe like you know, but I'm crazy of fundamental genes theory in the proposed. So I'm happy with that. No, I found every how you say, every item could be in his theory, so can give us sense. It happens to me. I don't know. Maybe to you it's different, but that's my sense of go forward. No, with the philosophy or the theory or whatever. So I would like to study to, I don't know, continue study.
So I heard kind of a question is like how to set it up in some way, how to start it, and also that you would like to know more about the philosophy, the theory behind.
Not to work with the philosophy.
Yeah.
I would like to when something is going to be written, writing, I would like to have the sense of what Jean says.
Mhm.
So I think it goes with this space, no, with the space.
Mhm.
It's here, so it is in this big space. So
Okay, yeah.
everything that comes from outside, new models are inside.
Okay, from outside. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you.
Yes, as you
And
said.
Sergio wants to answer something that maybe we should.
And then Ann Weiser-Cornell had her hand up too.
Yeah, good, thank you. Sergio, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I want to share something with we have a new coordinator in Brazil, that is Guilherme Costes, and we have a team with Roberto Larios and João da Fonseca from Portugal. And we are planning to have some meetings together, the four, but Guilherme has some special meeting with any from us in each time, so he wanted to know about the others, how they teach focusing, for example. And Guilherme spent with me some days in Chile, and we have working in, he wanted to know how I do teach at the university, how I bring the material. So I have I given to him materials, books, and many contacts. So we are working in how to make a net to explore. That was our experience. It's only one experience, but it's what we do with Guilherme. And he is a new coordinator in a few time more.
Sergio y todos, perdón. Perdóname porque llegué tarde y perdóname porque yo no entiendo inglés. Pero ahora que hablaste de Brasil y de Guillermo, yo ya me iba de la reunión, pero quería preguntar si hay alguna posibilidad que hablen en español o si mejor yo veo después y me entero de la reunión porque definitivamente inglés yo no entiendo.
So I'll just voy a traducir, Maria Luisa. So Maria Luisa is from Brazil. She was just saying she doesn't understand Spanish, so she was just asking for some assistance with that. Maria Luisa, te voy a escribir por chat, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Y si es necesario, yo puedo hablar contigo después y te cuento la reunión en privado. Con gusto.
Ok, gracias. Gracias.
Anne, you raised your hand, Anne?
Anne did, and then Nada.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anne, go ahead.
My apologies for not studying the latest version of the proposal, but is it still true that the 5 people involved on the committee include one from the ILC and one from the board? No? So what are the 5?
Can someone answer? Would someone like to answer the question? Who are the 5 people?
So it's no longer 5, it's a minimum of 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be 3. Ah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And no other restrictions? 3? And that's all? Okay, I like that better.
Good, thanks. Okay, that was a quick answer and quick clarification. Okay, Nada, would you like to say?
I have first a question and then the suggestion. Is the aim of this meeting to decide on one style, like 3 or 5 or whatever it is, or 1 coordinator, or we are just discussing what is going on.
Well, the aim of the meeting is just to get some experience about the pilot program. Okay. And also, is there anything else to add, or like what Anne was saying, that would have been a proposal if it wouldn't have been already changed?
I can see benefits of both, and in kind of spirit of diversity, I don't think there should be a rule as such that only 3 coordinators can produce another coordinator, but to leave it to the person who wants to become coordinator and to coordinator who is involved to make a decision of having 1-to-1 or 1-to-3. That's my proposal.
Yeah, for you it's important to have the freedom, kind of. Yeah, okay, yeah, we take that in. Okay, are there, so maybe one last comment and question, and then I also want to ask you how to go forward with this kind of meetings. Sergio?
Yeah.
Sergio? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a pilot program is a proposal that we have to experiment. So it's not a rule. We have a pilot because we have to train, or if that get or not. So that is the reason that we have another year more to have experiences about it, because we believe that it could be better. But in this moment we have the old style with 1 person and the team with 3 or 5. But the experience can make to have more examples and how we can improve that. That is the reason that we have a pilot program.
Yeah. That's very important to see, to come from experience again. Okay, so I would like to use the last 5 minutes and ask kind of how could we kind of go forward. We are many people, and it's very, it's very difficult to interact really. So are there any suggestions about how to like have other meetings or other, so are there any interest also, or in meeting more often, or so I just want to use those last minutes to have that maybe as a how we can do kind of go forward from here. And I also want to say goodbye to those who said it was Claude and they have to leave already or soon. Okay, so who has any idea or any wish also, so what might be important for you? Anybody?
I see Hejo and Heidrun.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, please. Go.
My idea.
Can you?
I'm going to turn off your video.
We can't understand you. Sorry. Or.
I tried.
I've got it, Catherine.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be responding.
They're frozen.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame.
Anyone else has to, wants to say something? Monica, Perez.
As I said before, I think maybe I didn't say it clearly, but I would like to start if maybe someone is here to work with me and Carolina and make a team to start and have the experience. I will be happy, but can be, I let that question without answer maybe for that. But we are both, Carolina and myself are.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for repeating your wish to work together.
And I would like to have, I wish we can have more meetings like this as well. I would like to.
Right, so I think, oh, yeah, please go ahead and share.
So for me, it is very important having this.
Can you please
one coordinator, at least 3 coordinators.
Can you please, Heidi? Can you please switch off your video? We can't hear you.
They're frozen. They can't.
So.
Okay. Anyone else?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so having this experiment going on, having really more who try this experiment and really get some experience with more than one coordinator, I really think it is a good model, and it has a lot of advances to choose towards having only one coordinator, because there was a good reason to change that, and there were experiences which became. And I have a lot of these experiments.
Okay.
Very difficult to have only one coordinator.
Yes, so I would like to add that was also one of the ideas and points where we started from. People told us that they felt a personal dependency from the coordinator, and during the years, if that went worse, so there was really a stuck process also between coordinator in training and the coordinator. And so this is only one bad reason. And the other reason is really to form new coordinators who know more than their own method, but to know more about the richness of focusing and feel also empowered to develop and to research on new. To think about that also, that the coordinators are not only who are training other trainers, but to carry forward the concept of focusing as a whole.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Hayo. Yeah, that's very. Okay, so time. Okay, Young Wei.
I see Nancy Foles say something in the chat. Nancy, can you say that?
I just wondered if there was a place in the new website where only coordinators could access, where we could share our experiences, and a place to kind of ask ongoing questions to either the ILC or people who are involved in that project.
So I guess I'm the best person to answer that question. I think that would be definitely a possibility. The new website has a lot of options that, but probably not immediately, because we need to concentrate for the moment on the functionality that we need to function. So down the line, remind us that that's a request. So when everything else is working smoothly, we could probably easily have that.
Okay, is there anything else that wants to be said, Sergio?
Yes, I want to remember that we are looking diversity and to take care about the diversity. A team of 3 make that possible. The diversity of 3 is better than the diversity of 1. So it's a good point, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Sergio. And Nada wanted to say something. Yeah, and also it would be nice if you could stay longer. We just can go on maybe for another 10 minutes or so. Maybe if there's something more coming, and otherwise it will be recorded, so you can listen to the end if you have to go. But I just don't want to just break it down. Okay, Nada?
I was just going to add to what Catherine said about new website. At the moment, there is a coordinators list, where you could discuss all kinds of things. Nobody is doing anything on coordinators list, except I'm putting sometimes these clips and there is some reaction to it, but nobody is using coordinators list. Why not use what we have and discuss there?
Yeah.
And to respond to Sergio's diversity in one person, to go to genes, group is more than one person, but one person can be also more than a group in coordinators training.
Okay, so some are already, they are already gone. So is there anything you want to share or to ask, or again, any ideas of how to carry forward meetings like that, or more interaction between coordinators?
I wanted to make sure you saw that Florentina raised her hand.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
So yeah, Florentina, I even don't see you. Oh yeah, now I see you. Okay, yeah.
I agree with Sergio that diversity is wonderful, and three coordinators working together, mentoring, can be very rich. And I have considerations in my head about how could that be like the concrete steps related to that, because I imagine that three coordinators getting together with one person, it has to be like agreeing. I'm trying to figure it out. Agreeing schedules and maybe getting all together through Zoom. I would like to know if somebody has ideas about how to put that in action.
I see Leslie.
Hi. Yeah, I came to the meeting late, so I didn't hear the beginning part, except that I can see it's a discussion about a lot of it about how to add teams of coordinators, and I really support that. And I wonder if there's a way as coordinators we could put out our areas that we're specializing in, because I think there's really such a diverse set of skills, and allow the students to choose the particular topics that they're interested in diving more deeply into, so that maybe there's a main coordinator that's in charge of that the one who brings the student. I think we should maybe be overseeing it so that it's easier to manage, but then allowing the students to choose to work with any coordinator that they feel has an area of expertise that they're particularly interested in, and we can all share that. And I would love to hear from all of you, and have maybe a place on the website or somewhere where we can all go and see what we're all really passionate and expert in, because I think we could cross-fertilize a lot more, but we don't even really know from each other what we're great at. And I think the students then could follow the things from anywhere in the world that they're particularly interested in, and that might be a way to structure it, to let the students have one main coordinator and then choose the other two based on their interests.
Yeah, I think that's a very nice idea. And the website, Catherine, you might have said.
Yeah, I was just going to jump in about the new website. Your profiles, one of the important functions of the new website is to make it easier to upload more information about yourself on your profiles more easily and frequently. So I would encourage you to do that, and also that the search function should allow people also to search not just for coordinators, but what languages that person speaks, because that's very important. For some people, there's a very small pool of people who speak their language, depending on the language. So I wanted to put in a plug for that.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I think maybe if no one else has to say something, I would like to thank you so much for participating. And it was, I think we were all surprised how many showed up, and we are very, very excited that you really took the time and shared it with us. And I think we will think about doing something like that maybe more often, and maybe with special themes also, to just to have a way to connect, and maybe also in other languages. That would be nice too.
May I jump in with one thing?
Yeah.
I only want to say, and also thinking of that some people will be watching the recording of this, that we really need people to do this program so that we can see how it works. The ILC really needs you to tell them how does it work, how often is it, because especially since the two additional coordinators are expected not to be paid for being part of the team. They might get paid for specific things they do, but their being on the team is not something that they are paid for. So we need to find out, what are people willing to do as volunteers? And we can only find that out through the pilot program. So this is asking you, if you're not sure whether to do it or not, please do it and try it. And if it doesn't work well, let the ILC know.
Yeah, thank you so much for this encouragement again. Okay, so yeah, thanks again, and also for staying so long, and see you soon, and wherever we will see each other. So it's nice to meet people again and to meet new people. Okay, goodbye. Thank you.